It's the weekly breakdown. The 147 day. Tyler, Keith, Sam, Elliot, Jim Jam.
Yeah, stuff and things.
Yeah.
I got a Hawaiian shirt. I like these.
It's fitting with the
Yeah,
weather.
because I just look like a piece of shit, so it like matches how I feel. I feel like Vince Vaughn most days, so I may as well dress like him.
On that note, we'll see you next week.
Shortest episode ever. Bye. That'd be a great thing to do. One of the weeks that just nothing happens. Just sit and be like, nothing happened, and just shut it off.
Just have like the normal length of the episode, but like just have a picture of Vince Vaughn the whole time.
We should rank all of Vince Vaughn's
Albums.
Vince Vaughn's albums. Yeah, and you play the Olive Garden theme behind it.
Ah, shit. Yeah! The Super Bowl happened. There were some trailers that dropped. We're only going to talk about one of those trailers that actually dropped during the Super Bowl.
And that's Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom.
Hell
the best trailer
boy.
to come out of that.
Or that great Avengers Infinity War trailer that showed us a lot.
Yeah.
Infinity Ward.
Yeah. Ha.
Conspiracy.
It's
Mm-hmm.
making the next one.
Yeah. So we got 4 trailers that we're going to dive into. We're going to dive into that Solo trailer for Star Wars and talk about the new Star Wars news, about some new movies. Talk about Deadpool 2, Venom, Jessica Jones, and later we'll get into some Machine Head stuff. Now that their divisive album has dropped, and we see the results. Rob Flynn has a lot of words to say.
A twat?
A twat.
Twat words. Just a twat full of words.
Yeah. What'd you guys think of the Super Bowl? Philadelphia Eagles won.
I didn't watch a lot of it. I started watching I came back around halftime because I forgot who was doing the halftime show, and I saw it was Justin Timberlake, and I immediately shut it off. I just don't care. But then I started watching the third quarter, and I was like, oh, I just kind of see how this is going to go. And then the Eagles won.
Yeah.
I thought it was a great game.
Yeah, it was a great game.
It was kind of disappointing just because there was no fucking defense.
It's a great game if you like scoring and offense, but
yeah,
I think
it was like watching college football almost.
Yeah, and the Eagles punted once.
Yeah,
I think, and I don't know what the Patriots did.
They did once as well.
Yeah, but in the end, defense won by forcing that turnover, and that just kind of saved the Eagles. I mean. Being a little bit closer to Philly, I mean, it was pretty crazy. I was with a bunch of Eagles fans watching the game. That was insane.
Did they light a Christmas tree on fire?
No, they didn't.
They didn't,
but they were yelling and screaming. They were happy.
Flip a car?
Yeah.
Punch a police horse?
Did you guys go to the parade?
No.
My chef did. He's from Philly, and he took the day off to go to the parade Thursday.
Mm-hmm. We have another office that's towards Philly, and about that entire office was gone at the parade. There was 2 million people they estimated there? Philly is awful to park in, so what the fuck are you going to do when 2 million people were there?
And apparently it wasn't too nuts. There's some people climbing poles.
Mm-hmm.
They tried to put stuff on the poles to stop it. They didn't stop anybody from
there
climbing
was that canopy for some fucking place, I forget, where 12 people were standing on it, and then it collapsed. No shit.
Yeah, who would have guessed?
Yeah. Come on, man. They flipped one car.
I kept getting notifications and emails from my Uber driving app being you should go and drive in Philly today. I'm like, no. No.
You wouldn't be getting anywhere.
No. But they were
awful.
And it was not so great promotions. If you do 4 trips, you'll get $15 extra. If you do 6, you'll get 25 and something else. I'm like,
damn.
We're also jacking. You get 10% more money. I'm like, no, I'm fine.
Damn. It's not worth the money you would spend on gas getting down there.
Yeah. I want to try going to Philly airport sometime and picking people up because I assume I'd probably make a lot of money from Philly airport. But at the same time,
Standing outside the car, like, with a big sign.
Yeah.
It says idiot.
Drinking some Mountain Dew. Yeah. Some competition for Richie. Yeah, I mean, it was good. It was a fun Super Bowl to watch. But I'd say the biggest movie trailer that we got out of the Super Bowl was the first trailer for Solo, a Star Wars story. The second, like, anthology film that they're doing for Star Wars, and yeah, finally got our first look at this. I can't speak today. Got a look at Aiden. What's his last name?
Like Heidenreich? No,
Something
like that.
Yeah.
Heidenreich.
What is he not?
I always blank on his last name, but his first name is Aiden. Got to look at who was playing Hans Solo, and some other things. Saw Emilia Clarke, Woody Harrelson.
I forgot he was in the movie.
Yeah, Donald Glover as Lando, who looks fantastic.
Who like stole the trailer despite only being in it for like 2 seconds.
Yeah. Yeah, so they had a short trailer, and then they put out an extended one, and Chewie's in it?
Ehrenreich. Aiden
Ehrenreich. There we go. What do you guys think? What do you think of the trailer? What's your excitement level for the movie?
I mean, I'd say I'm a little bit more excited, mostly because now it's like there's proof that it's a thing. But like, I mean, it looks like visually really good. And I'm going in with like a semi-positive attitude because, I mean, a couple of times recently I've kind of just looked at movies and been like, this looks stupid, and then turn around and it's like, oh, or the opposite. I looked at movies, this movie's gonna be awesome, and it ends up sucking, or this movie looks terrible and ends up being really good. Case in point, Jumanji. So I'm like, I'm just gonna go in and be like, it's gonna be a movie. Try not to set my expectations too low or high going in. But I mean, yeah, it looks really good, at least visually, yeah.
Zero
Interest.
expectations. Yeah, right now, because after The Last Jedi, I just wanted to like stop with Star Wars for a while, because like before the movie came out, like there were a ton of articles on it, and then after the movie came out, everyone's debating it, and I'm just like, I saw a slice, and that's good, and I'm just kind of done for now. And besides, Hans was never like my favorite character from Star.
I love that you do that.
Makes me so happy. He was never really like my favorite character from Star Wars.
From the Star War.
Yeah, the Stars War, the Great Stars War. Yeah, it's not really my favorite character. And then I don't want to say Harrison Ford ruined him in Episode 7, but just like Harrison Ford being like grumpy old Harrison Ford, it's like it didn't like it just. I don't know. I don't want to say it like ruined Han Solo because it didn't, but it was just like, I don't really care about Han Solo right now.
At least it was better
like
than
he died.
Than him and like
let him be gone.
In the fourth Indiana Jones, where at least he was Han Solo in this movie, whereas in Indiana Jones he's just grumpy.
Yeah, that's a whole other jar of pickles. There's something else I was gonna say, but I don't remember now.
You said just zero expectation in this movie.
Yeah, just excitement, interest is at a 0 right now. I don't really care.
You're gonna see it?
I don't know. When is it? It's coming out this summer, right?
It's coming out May
25th.
Maybe by then there'll be enough, but like right now, I don't care. Like that's how I am with stuff anymore. It's like I really don't give a shit. Like I almost just want to like dislike it just to like push it to the side and be like I don't give a fuck about that. And then, almost just not like it and get mad about it. Like, I hate that thing. And then when it comes around to it, I start, getting kind of excited because that whole time I'm just pushing away. Like, I don't want to see any of this crap. I don't want to, before The Last Jedi, I was getting so annoyed that, IGN would be an easy target of, oh, well, this happened in Star Wars. Or, oh, well, this or whatever. Let's have 15,000 articles about Star Wars. And it's just fucking stop. I just want to watch the movie. What happened to just, watching the fucking movie?
I feel you on that, definitely.
But there's another thing that I want to talk about at the end of, when we're talking about the trailers.
Okay.
I just remember what it was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, my excitement level hasn't increased or decreased. I just think Disney's in a no-win. Disney and Lucasfilm's in a no-win situation with this movie. whether it's good or bad, I don't really think people are going to enjoy it.
At least the hardcore Star Wars
Yes,
fans.
because they're like, hey, you ruined Harrison Ford, or you ruined my lore. That it was my, interpretation of what I feel it should be, and it's not that, so fucking it sucks. Case in point, The Last Jedi. So that's just kind of where they're at, but I think, visually, it looks like it could potentially be one of the most stunning Star Wars films, and I just feel I'm in a camp of, it looks neat, but I'm not sold, and this is just based off of a trailer, so I'm not going to fully judge until I see the whole thing. I'm not sold on Aiden as Han Solo. Just didn't seem like there was enough of them in there, but we'll see.
I misread that. Alden. It's an L, not an I.
You think it's going to be better or worse than Rogue One? I almost said first Rogue.
I'm going to say worse, because I think Rogue One's really good.
Like I said, I'm apparently a part of the minority who's like, Rogue One's actually pretty good. A lot of people hate Rogue One.
Yeah.
I think it'll be worse, but I still, I mentioned this when we were doing my radio thing earlier. I think the stuff that Disney's doing with Star Wars is like the best Star Wars has ever been. So I still think it's going to be like probably better than at least better than the prequels, at the very least. Maybe even better than like A New Hope, possibly. Because I just think no matter what, I have faith.
Mm-hmm.
Unlike a lot of people, I have faith in Disney with their Star Wars.
I mean, there are some very good actors and actresses in this movie. Like Woody Harrelson and Donald Glover are pretty damn good. Especially Woody Harrelson. I love just about everything that I've seen him in.
And Emilia Clarke's like
love you some Woody.
Oh yeah,
and Emilia Clarke's like a hot up and comer and whatnot.
Yeah.
So
He was good in Zombieland. That's where I like Woody Harrelson from.
I like him a lot in True Detective.
he's also really good in War for the Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
He's generally pretty alright. A pretty alright actor. When he's not doing the more
Weed?
yeah. When he's not doing when he's not doing the more outlandish roles.
He does weed.
Yeah.
He's always doing some weed,
Yeah. So we'll see with Solo, but it's very soon. Very soon.
It's like 3 months.
Like
Like a little over 3 months.
yes. But in other Star Wars news, the Game of Thrones show creators to write and produce new series of Star Wars films. David Benioff and D.B. Weiss, producers of the HBO's Game of Thrones, are writing and producing a new series of Star Wars films. Let's see here. The pair are working on a new series separate from the epic galaxy-saving tales of the Skywalker family, and also different from Rian Johnson's still mysterious trilogy announced just before The Last Jedi's release. Beyond this, almost no details are known, except that work isn't due to start until Game of Thrones is finished. Yeah, and I think they at least are doing 2 films. So we have Rian Johnson creating a new trilogy of movies, completely brand new story, not tied to the original trilogy or any of that storyline. We have the Game of Thrones writers, the Double D's, over here doing something totally different from both of them. It's potentially, I mean, look, there's Star Wars, there's potentially Star Wars overload. There's a lot of planned Star Wars movies out there. But I think both of them doing completely separate things in the Star Wars universe, but not tied to what we already know, could be a really great breath of fresh air with like totally new characters and conflicts and storylines and all that stuff. And I think it's good. I think it's what Disney needs to do, because I just feel the more that they kind of tamper with this, especially the original trilogy, the more they're kind of playing with fire anymore.
I think I just had this thought, like, it would be cool, like, they do something and it doesn't have to be like cross-galaxy thing, we're going from planet to planet. What if it's like a story that just takes place on like one planet?
Could be.
That'd be cool. Like, again, like fleshing out the universe. Like, it doesn't have to be like, we're going to go to this planet, and then we're going to go to this planet over here, and then you're going to fight these guys. It's like, boom, here, we're going to focus on one planet, and the story of this planet. That'd be awesome, actually, now that I think about it.
Yeah. We stoked it all. Lots of Star Wars coming.
I don't know what it even is. I'm not even gonna excited or have any reaction until I know what it is.
Yeah.
Because who knows if any of this stuff could even happen in the future? They could all be canceled, or half of it could be canceled.
That's true, and it'll be. I want to say it'll at least be until probably 2020 or 2021 before any of these movies are out from either of them.
Oh yeah.
You know, because right now we have Solo, we have Episode 9, and we have the Obi-Wan movie that is heavily rumored, but not announced yet, to come out in 2020. And then there's these two things that are at least 4 or 5 movies, maybe 6. Fuck. Then they have a live-action TV show that they're planning.
A couple live-action TV shows.
For their streaming service they're launching next year. A lot of Star Wars, man. A lot of Star Wars.
You kind of mentioned it earlier. Hopefully the TV series kind of keeps it so that there's not like 2 or 3 Star Wars movies coming out a year. Like I think one Star Wars movie a year, like every 10 to 12 months or so would be like perfect.
Yeah, it's not an overload, you know.
That's like the only thing that happens with Solo coming out 6 months after The Last Jedi. It's like all compact. Whereas like it'd probably be even better if it came out in December.
Yes, it would. Not to Disney. Also, I just think that movie's going to be, even though it's a Star Wars movie, it's going to be fucking crushed by Avengers Infinity War and Deadpool 2. Because I just feel like those movies will appeal to the mass audience way more than Solo is going to. So, I don't know about that move there, but, you know, hey, people were pissed when Disney, when they bought Star Wars, said, fuck the expanded universe, you know? And now they're kind of going to create their own, in a way, through movies and TV shows, and it has the potential to be really cool, but you're fucking with my lore, my canon, dude.
But it's not. The expanded universe is not canon. George Lucas has never actually said this. Yes, all these books that happen after this movie, this is the actual history of that galaxy. It's not. That's not the case. People just want it to be. Sorry, that's the truth. Deal with it.
Yeah. Whenever I see like a Star Wars purist, you could say, like getting really upset over lore, it just makes me think of the Nicolas Cage video of all those like crazy shit of him yelling, and he just goes, "Bah! Bah!"
I'm a vampire.
So we'll see.
We need a plague.
Oh.
What? Wipe some people out. Too many people caring about nonsense like that.
Yeah. Like, Star Wars lore is like the goddamn Bible, man. You can't fuck with it at all.
Nope.
I'll fuck with the Bible all I want.
Yeah, no.
Hail Satan.
Alright. Deadpool 2 got a new trailer. We saw Cable. And maybe... Never mind. I was going to make a bad joke, but it's not going to work yet.
I can probably guess where you were going with that. No. No.
Eventually, you can watch Cable on cable.
Not exactly where I thought you were going to go with it. I thought you could see Cable and then you can see Dish.
Oh, no.
Or satellite.
See, I wasn't going that stupid.
Like, you're just any less stupid.
Yeah, Deadpool 2 got a new trailer. What'd you think? I think it's fucking amazing.
I think it's brilliant. Yeah.
It's just absolutely brilliant. So, in this trailer, we saw a little bit of Cable, and then Deadpool just kind of like busting. It's playing with action figures, and it's funny to watch. And then I love the end. They show like some more Cable, and then Cable, what's the line he says? Something really generic.
It's over, you dumb fuck.
Yeah, like something super generic, and then Deadpool just turns to the camera and he's like, that's lazy writing.
That's just lazy writing.
This is perfect.
I love all like the referential things. Like they make fun of like his arms not made. It's like it's not like we're removing a mustache.
Yeah.
Justice League. That's what they did, and then the Sheriff Woody outfit was great.
Mm-hmm.
It's the weirdest.
His mustache did they remove?
Henry Cavill. He had to have a mustache for whatever movie he was making at the time when they did like reshoots, so they had to digitally just get rid of his mustache. They spent a lot of money on that.
Yeah.
And then, and I've mentioned this a bunch just because it's the funniest analogy. Somebody, the director compared Deadpool and Deadpool 2 to Alien and Aliens. And, like, what happens in those movies. How, like, you know, Aliens is just a more action-packed version of it. That's what Deadpool 2 is. It's just more over-the-top, more action. It's like, sure. It's weird because, like, I don't know, like, well, I mean, there does look like there's going to be a lot more action, especially just from the trailer. But then again, the trailer doesn't show too much, which is good. So, it was great, though. I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah. I just like what they're doing with Deadpool 2, of, like, they could give you some straight-up traditional trailers that just shows a bunch of the movie and shows action, explosions, dumb comedy, and be done with it, and it would still be successful. But instead, they're just doing different things that fit Deadpool's character more, like him breaking the fourth wall in the trailers themselves, and just doing stupid shit like him doing a painting, him playing with action figures and like rubbing his balls on Cable's face and stuff. Like, that shit's funny, and that shit fits with the character of that. I just think it's really smart marketing for this movie, and it gets me very excited to see. They push the release date up 2 weeks.
Was it May 18th?
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah, I'm excited. I want to see this movie.
Yeah.
I thought the trailer was pretty good.
Mm-hmm. It's on point. Yeah. I had one more thing I was going to say, but I'm blanking on it.
About Deadpool?
Yeah.
DP?
I don't know. Anvil should rewrite Metal and write Cable on Cable. You've been writing about this.
Cable on Cable.
Dun, 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 dun.
Fuck. No. Just no.
Also, we got a trailer.
Got a hot new trailer.
For Venom.
I don't know what to think. I really don't.
Tom Hardy's Venom.
I didn't see any like Tom Hardy eyes bug out.
Tom Hardy was venomous.
Yeah.
Isn't
Hardy's Venom.
His dick.
Yeah.
Dick Venom. Venomous cum.
I'm surprised his eyes weren't like popping out of his head in this trailer. Because he does that in like every role he does. He just like makes his eyes pop out.
Mm.
It's one of those things, once you notice, you can't unsee it. Like literally every movie he's in. That's just what he does.
That's why they get him. That's why they pay him the big bucks.
Just pop his eyes out.
Yeah.
I am excited for this movie. I just don't know what the fuck it's going to be about. But it could be cool, but at the same time, it could be a huge piece of shit.
Yeah.
Like, I think this movie's either going to be good, really good or just really bad.
Yeah, I don't think there will be an in the middle for this, honestly.
No. And it's like, Sony themselves are so, like, being wishy-washy about whether or not it's part of the MCU. Like, it is, but it's in the same world, but it's separate. Like, so Spider-Man could show up, but then, like, if they don't need him to save the franchise, then he won't. You know what I mean? I mean, that's basically what that means. Is it's like, oh, this sucks. We'll bring Spider-Man in next time.
He's gonna save the franchise. Screw Citizens. He's got a franchise to save.
Mm-hmm.
I want this movie to do good because I mean, more movies like that are just it'll just be great. More, it's competition in a way, and that way, because like Venom makes sense in a lot of ways, and that's like an easy pick for a movie to do. But like Black and Silver, that's like a more out there idea. So it's like, I want this to do good, so they eventually do that, and then it's like, because I don't know.
Hopefully they're making dollars instead of just cents with Venom.
Alright, I'll give you that. That's like weird. It looks like they gave him like different powers. It looks like maybe that's just the way the trailer's cut, but it's just like.
But we don't actually see Venom as we know it.
Yeah, you just see him
in this
yell a lot.
Yeah. I mean, you see the like goopy cum stuff, but
Black cum.
Yeah, but you don't see Venom, and they're supposedly taking a much darker, more horror vibe, which I think is great, and I hope that they pull it off. Who knows though? I mean, it's a weird trailer, but the next full trailer when this movie gets closer to release, that's when we'll see what we want to see.
See Venom. I
Let's
want
just
to
hope-
see him eat people.
Let's just
Venom
hope-
eat people. That's all I want.
Is this movie rated R?
I don't think they've announced an official rating yet.
I would love if it is. Because we've seen that an R-rated superhero movie can work.
Yeah.
With Logan.
And also,
Deadpool.
like a Venom, like again, if Venom was a rated R and it somehow does good, that's just another, like just more evidence from Marvel, if, any of the stuff goes through that, that's an avenue that people are interested in.
Yeah.
You can do that.
Yes. I agree. And I hope with this movie it's not an hour and a half of like stuff and then 30 minutes left in the movie. Like we see Venom and like Venom is Venom. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We'll see what it is. It's just it's not a like Solo. Like this isn't a trailer that like got me stoked for anything. I know it's a teaser trailer, but like I don't know. Show me something when you got something good.
Probably Comic-Con.
Probably.
Is probably when we get the next trailer, what I would assume.
Yeah.
I can't really think of any important... Unless they throw it like... They would like, hey, let's throw it in front of Infinity War or something.
Mm-hmm.
That's like it. Is what I could think of when this movie could... Well, when they could show off another trailer.
Yeah. This movie's trajectory has been kind of weird. Because they announced they're doing a Venom movie, and without Spider-Man, everybody's like, no. And then they announced Tom Hardy's playing Venom, and they're like, oh,
yes.
okay, yeah. Now the teaser trailer's out, and people are like, okay. We'll see what happens.
Definitely gonna be interesting. It's because how do you do Venom without Spider-Man?
Yeah.
October is the perfect time for it to come out too.
Yeah.
It really is because there's not really a lot of movies. These big movies don't come out in October.
I mean, it's around like the seasons, around Halloween, that sort of thing.
And also like all of Marvel's movies will be out by then. Marvel Studios movies, and DC doesn't have anything until December with Aquaman. So it makes sense. It's good timing for sure.
Good times.
Great
stuff.
Jessica Jones. We got our first full trailer for the second season of Jessica Jones. Coming out March 8th on the Netflix. I'm really excited for this, man. This trailer is fucking amazing, and it really does a great job of setting up what the overall storyline will be for the second season without showing too much, but it also, to me, shows that, and I'm just assuming, but judging from this trailer, that the writing and everything is probably still going to be pretty fucking good in the second season. Because this season is going to be digging a lot more into her backstory and I guess how she got her powers and all sorts of stuff like that. And I'm just very excited because it looks good. The characters are great. Trish is fucking awesome. David Tennant's good. He's supposedly in this, and it was teased at the end.
At the end of it,
the trailer. And gosh, I'm blanking on his name.
Malcolm.
Malcolm. Yes, he's fucking great in the show too. So it's just a good show,
Jessica Jones is probably it's like either my favorite or my second favorite of the Marvel Netflix stuff, and to see that they're still continuing the very extremely personal story at the first season. In some ways, it looks like they're still dealing with going to deal with the whole PTSD aspects of it and whatnot, and it's just cool because it's a very similar way to with the Punisher. Jessica Jones. I was I kind of figured Jessica Jones would be good, but it's the thought in my mind was always what could they do next?
Yeah.
And it makes sense, and it seems like it's even going to be an even more deeply personal story and whatnot. And they did a good job of showing a lot without really showing all that much in the trailer.
I agree. And also, I really like Kristen Ritter as Jessica Jones. I think she fits that character well and performs it very well with, Jessica Jones is, it's there's a personal story there. There's some darkness with it. It can get very holy shit at times, but also there's some good kind of happy, lighthearted, goofy moments that happen, and both of those things are performed very well. And I think the second season I hope that stuff still exists. Seems like it does with the beginning of the trailer. I like that. Her sitting in the bar and everything. So
Yeah. Hopefully it should be good.
Yeah.
Next, like what, month and a half?
March 8th. So,
oh,
yeah.
no, it's
less
a month
than.
then.
Less
It's
than.
a month then.
A little less.
No, month and a half is series of unfortunate events.
Yes.
Heard about.
Yeah. We'll probably be getting the trailer for that soon.
I hope
Can't
so.
imagine.
They put out like a teaser a little while back, but yeah.
They did say that show, which they've said it before, and it's obvious to me, season 3 is the final for a series of unfortunate events, and they're not going beyond the books, which I think is
that's
great.
smart.
Just tell a awesome version of that story on film, because I think it's a cool story, and I like those characters. I love what they did with the first season. I think it fits it right. Neil Patrick Harris is amazing in that whole show. Those kids are really good too. Yeah, I'm excited for that one.
Yeah.
I don't think they've said what books they're covering.
They're probably at least going to do...
Because they've done the first 4, so there's 9 left. So they maybe 5?
I'm trying to think
of 10 episodes, this one, 8.
I'm trying to think of the books that happened. Probably at least up to the Vile Village. I think that's 8. Is that 8?
Yeah.
I mean, they're doing at least up to 8, if not doing up to 9.
Yeah.
I forget. Yeah, I forget I used to know all the books. I mean, I know all the book names. I just don't know what order they come in.
Yeah.
After a certain point.
I mean, you gotta imagine one of the season has to be like 10 episodes if they're still sticking to 2 episodes per book.
Yeah.
Which is good to me. 2 episodes per book. That's all you need.
Last season they do 3.
Yeah.
And bump it up to 3, they get 12 episodes. I mean, depends. I mean, there's definitely more stuff and there's more nuance to some of the later books, but...
Yeah. Bushido. What do you want to talk about?
Did anyone watch Cloverfield Paradox yet?
I haven't gotten the opportunity to. I want to.
Okay.
But
I have not seen any of those movies, even the first one, but I really have wanted to watch them.
It looks...
Because people say they're really
It
good.
looks super good, the Paradox.
All the reviews say it's terrible.
Oh, you say
But
terrible?
I didn't think it was that bad.
You
There were things
watched
that,
it?
yeah, there were things that I liked about it, but overall I don't think it was a really, really good movie by any means, but there were things that I liked that I see a lot of people that, I don't know, watch the first movie and it's like, oh, it's a monster movie. And then they watch 10 Cloverfield Lane, it's like, oh, it's kind of this suspense thriller, sort of like, you know, really close quarters kind of thing. And then they watch the third one and it's just like really sci-fi. And I don't think a lot of that audience comes over like if you took Paranormal Activity, like the first movie, people that would go and watch that, and let's say the second one was like sci-fi or something, that it's like kind of a different crowd. Like each movie has had kind of a different style to it. But I don't think it was a really good movie by any means. But there are things that I feel like a lot of things are misunderstood, but at the same time there were a lot of things that just didn't make fucking sense in the movie. And were just, maybe not didn't make sense, but just kind of some lazy writing and just things that were dumb.
I do want to watch it because apparently the 4th one's still coming out in October.
Yeah. Apparently it's already done.
It's done filming and everything. It's Cloverfield, I guess Overlord is working. World War II.
And J.J. Abrams said that it's fucking crazy or something like that. He was fucking with it. He said he said it's a crazy movie.
He said it in his head.
Yeah.
He said
This movie's gonna be fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Oh. I want to watch it. I don't think so.
Okay.
You could, I mean,
So does this movie tie into the Cloverfield universe
Yes.
well, or?
Yes. Technically,
is this the one that ties like? I thought I heard something that this one tries to tie everything together a little bit better.
it does. It doesn't do it well,
but it does.
It does it.
It's a thing that happens.
I don't know. I'm torn about this movie. There are some things that I really like, but at the same time, it's like I love the idea. It's just the execution is off. You know what I mean?
I got you.
But yeah, it definitely kind of makes you understand why the first movie happened, and then the second movie, at least from what I remember about it, it's technically they don't consider that part of the trilogy. Like it's its own movie, but when you watch it, it really makes sense as where it would like tie in with everything. But I consider it a part of it. But I think I've read before that technically it's not. It's like its own movie. But I don't know. It ties in. It doesn't go against.
Because Cloverfield is about aliens,
giant,
right?
It's like a
Giant
ground footage
monsters,
giant
yeah.
monsters.
Giant monsters. Okay, right. 'Cause
But the
like I
third-
said, I haven't seen.
Paradox, I don't want to spoil it. Watch it, and then I'll spoil it. There are things in this movie that's one of those, okay, that's kind of a blanket explanation for things.
Does it have
I want to bitch about it, but I don't want to spoil it for you guys.
Does it have good production to it, being sci-fi and like a?
Yeah, it's better than a lot of stuff out there, but it's not super high quality.
Mm-hmm. Because it's just kind of hard to do sci-fi. Because if you do sci-fi, you have to be fucking.
It can really turn out
you know what I
corny
mean?
if you don't do it really correctly.
Yes, exactly.
If you don't have a passion for it, you don't take it super seriously.
Which is what shocks me about that Netflix show Altered Carbon that I showed you guys. It's got this Blade Runner vibe going on. It's I don't even want to know what that show must have cost to produce, because that's 10 episodes of pretty
hard
visually
dick.
stunning sci-fi. It's damn. I should have.
Apparently, J.J. Abrams also wants to do a direct sequel to 10 Cloverfield Lane.
That would be cool.
Are they ever going to do a sequel to Cloverfield itself, or does it end where you can?
I think it's that's by my understanding that I don't think there will. It's again the whole universe thing.
It kind of ends better if you're it would kind of it's not the best movie ever, but it's kind of good the way it is, the way it ends, and it's just kind of one of those movies that doesn't really show the monster, and it's it's left with a lot of mystery, and it's I don't know, it's kind of best off that way. I feel if they tried to make another one, I feel they would tamper with it, and they would kind of over-explain things, kind of with Paradox a little bit. They would just kind of well, here's the explanation. I don't really need an explanation.
I feel like if they did it,
just relax.
If
Relax.
I feel like if they did a direct sequel to Cloverfield, they would Blair Witch the shit out of it.
Oh yeah.
Which is no.
To me, it sounds a little bit stick with me, the Alien franchise of Covenant or Prometheus, really trying to over-explain things.
In some ways,
In a way, things that if you watch the first 2 movies and that's it, that are better left not explained because of how cool it is.
I don't need to know how xenomorphs are made. It's just a thing.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
I didn't know that this dude kissed himself.
Yeah. Wow. That happened. Jeez.
Wow.
Wow.
I bet Owen Wilson sat in the theater, watched Alien Covenant when that happened.
Jacked off.
Yeah, and then when that happened, he went, "Wow!" and pulled his pants down.
I've never seen
Jack the big Owen Wilson wad.
Yeah.
This mom was just sitting there.
I'll do the fingering.
I'll do the fingering.
Vince Vaughn fingering Owen Wilson while Owen Wilson jerks off.
In the butt?
Yeah.
Your finger in his asshole?
Fingering his mouth. What else would he finger? His ear?
Maybe. I don't know. Pick his nose while he jerks off.
Yeah.
I thought he had finger his pee hole or something?
Oh!
Yeah.
Oh!
Freddy Krueger style with the thing on his glove.
That's half docking right there.
Would you rather? Would you rather get your pee hole fingered by Freddy Krueger or Jason Voorhees? Freddy Krueger has the things on his gloves, but then Jason Voorhees has bigger fingers and he would be rough.
Probably go Jason, just because you get cut. What if things go wrong and then it's you can't fix it?
Well, with Jason, it's going to go wrong. That's the thing.
It's gonna go wrong with it's a terrible situation either way.
Yeah, but with Freddy, it could not go wrong. But if it goes wrong, it's going to go very
worse.
wrong. Yeah. You know, pee is stored in the balls.
What's that from? I've heard that a bunch of places.
I just love that you keep saying that all the time. It just makes me happy. Because you know you're going to say that to somebody and they're going to actually think about it.
It's like the first time.
It's true.
They're going to think about it. They'll be like, yeah.
Hey, you know peas stored in the balls? Speaking of
Direct
pea,
access.
Yeah, speaking of peas stored in the balls, Machine Head's new album. Let's have a chit chat about it because there's some interesting things.
I need to listen to that racist song.
Bastards?
Whatever it's called.
Yeah.
The shitty one.
No.
So, Machine Head put their new album out, Catharsis, 2 weeks ago, I believe, at this point. Yeah, 26th January.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Fuck, I can't believe that was 2 weeks ago. Our review's up. You can watch it.
Well, you could.
It's up.
Yes.
You should, but...
So, Catharsis has sold 8,761 copies, less than half of the 18,250 copies its 2014 predecessor, Bloodstone and Diamonds, moved in its first week. And Rob Flynn had the following to say:
Oh, it's gonna be good.
We got a lot to be proud of. The more things change, the more bullshit. Because my fellow head cases, the times are a-changing. And then he goes into a lot of stuff. Catharsis was number 17 on the physical sales Billboard chart. Catharsis sold more CDs than the number 8 artist Post Malone, who is known for the song Poppin' Pillies Like a Rock Star.
We're probably huge digitally.
That's what I want to get to later.
Oh, okay.
And number 12 artist Lil Uzi Vert. Don't know. And even Eminem's Revival.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that album's not that good.
This week in terms of sheer physical sales.
I just in my head I imagine like Eminem being on like Pokemon Battle and he faints and use Revive on him.
Yeah. Catharsis came in number 1 on SoundScan's hard music charts. I love that, hard music charts.
Hard
number
music.
7 on the top
Yeah,
rock
I
charts.
listen to hard music.
Yeah. Number 65 on the consumption-based streaming top 200.
What?
He
Consumption-based?
Consumption-based streaming top 200 charts. Because the Billboard 200 chart, which is the overall one, changed, where it's like, it counts physical sales, it counts streams, like I think every 1,500 streams is one album sale.
Creeks?
Creeks?
Yeah, like streams.
Jesus Christ. And it also counts, you need a certain amount of singles, every 10 single song downloads is a album sale.
Okay.
So it just takes a bunch of shit and throws it together. He keeps going on, but I want to get to the old one.
I didn't buy that album.
I
Because I don't really listen to Machine Head. I like that one song, The Locust.
Yeah.
Came out years and years ago. That's about the only song I really know from them.
It's a good song. Number 1, he said some more stuff about their album. Then he goes into some comparisons. Number 1 top 200 Billboard artist, Migos, who's the biggest rap group around right now. Never heard of them, but had quite a few CDs sold at 38,000, but streaming, holy shit, 220 million streams in 1 week, and 120,000 single song downloads.
Half of those came from this one guy that I work with, because it's really a lot of what he listens to.
Post Malone, he compares to, is number 1 on the top 200 a year after that album came out. Singles are 3 times platinum. He only sold 2,600 CDs, had 42 million streams in 1 week, and 30,000 single song downloads.
That was Post Malone, not Pre-Malone?
Lil Uzi Vert, who sold out the Observatory in Anaheim, sold a mere 845 CDs, but did 35 million streams. And some more shit. Check this. Machine Head's Catharsis did 600,000 streams, 1,800 single song downloads, 8,761 CD sales, and about 200 vinyl sales. So basically what he's saying is that he's trying to kind of justify the drop in sales by comparing them to popular artists. Now, like you said, a lot of those rap groups and like Post Malone, pop artists like that, it's all streaming for them. Like, they don't sell albums. That genre does not sell albums, so it's just not a fair comparison. You know what I mean? And also, like, comparing to Eminem's Revival, I know Eminem's popular, and all these bands or groups are popular, but they also came out a long time ago. You know?
Yeah.
Like, weeks ago, a year in terms of Post Malone. It's like, Machine Head, of course, there's going to be that pop in sales because it's the first week the album's out. He also goes on to say, which is something that I think is really true of, like, metal and rock fans are, you know, they have been clinging on to physical a little bit more than other genres, and they don't stream as much. But I think that is definitely changing.
Yeah, definitely.
For sure. Because the more, you know, these bands get on there, and the more that they push that stuff. Like, I know, like, that's when Trivium's Sin the Sentence was about to come out. Like, that's all I saw them advertising was that, you know, Heart From Your Hate, check it out on Spotify. Like, they don't even give a shit about anything else. Like, go stream the album. You know what I mean? And that's going to work out for him. I just don't think it's a... I get what he's saying, but I just don't think it makes sense, his comparisons. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's not
like, the album's just not
It's just not doing good.
So that's why the singles he put out beforehand did not excite people, for the most part. You know, I think you're fucking lucky to have sold that many copies of your album.
What is his point? Like, what is he getting at? Because
I think
from what you said, you're just saying, like, numbers and stuff, but, like, what's his point? Like, what is he getting at?
Just trying to justify that, you know,
the drop in
album sales.
Just because of streaming's up.
Yeah, in saying that, like, yeah, we dropped in album sales, but we're still doing better than this person and that person that are really popular.
Well, then do what Trivium did and, like, market towards streaming more. Like, you gotta go with the times.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, it just sounds like he's bitching to me. Like, I get some of the things he's saying, and it makes sense, but I don't know, it's like, oh, my album didn't do too well, and I'm not, well, not that it didn't do too well, but it didn't do as well as a lot of artists that are just immensely more popular. Migos is huge. You know, like Post Malone you mentioned is huge. Just, I don't know, oh, they streamed a lot. It's like, yeah, people are going to listen to him. It just sounded like he's saying something, but he doesn't have... To me, it just sounds like there's no point. Like, he's just saying, like, yeah, they got a lot of people listening to them. It's like, yeah, a lot of people do listen to them. What's your point, you know? I mean,
a lot of people listen to you.
It's tough. I don't know if you're going to get up to a certain level when you say the N-word and the S-word and various racial slurs in one of your songs. I mean, I get it. Like, the whole point of the song is probably not be so sensitive about it, but, like, at the same time, that's not marketable. You know, you gotta feel the temperature. You know, what the world that we live in.
But they did put that song. That was one of the singles they put out.
Yeah. He also goes on to talk about how, like, Best Buy and Target aren't going to sell CDs anymore. We talked about this last week, but then says, but fuck them, they never carried Machine Head anyways. He goes on to thank a lot of people. He said, shout out. The biggest shout out humanly possible to the head cases of America, who have stood their ground through veritable hurricane of negativity, online hate, and belligerent ass reviews to go out there and grab this album.
That's great.
Frankly, it's a miracle we did those kind of numbers. The sheer vitriol aimed at myself and the band is, to put mildly, staggering.
I mean,
then he also says it's because they're doing an Evening With tour where it's just them and they're just playing for a really long time. The Evening With tour is doing the highest attendance and the best merch numbers we've had in 24 years of headlining and co-headlining, bar none. We're hardly talking Taylor Swift numbers here. But as you can see in the nightly Facebook posts, there are some empty seats, but there's always been empty seats in the U.S.
It sounds like a baby.
It sounds.
Yeah. I mean, at least their touring is doing well.
Yeah.
You know, saying something like that, I mean, that's still really good. And I'm sure if some of those songs, you know, Catharsis or Volatile or something, like really pop off live, you know, better live. And then the one thing I thought was interesting, so I think, and we said this in our review, that like the lyrics of this album are kind of questionable and kind of really hurt it.
Yeah.
You know, on some of the songs like Bastards or Triple Beam. Yeah. Fucking like Angry Joe, Godzilla's approaching the generator sort of thing. You see that review? That's kind of how I felt listening to Triple Beam, because he's like, he says over and again, when you balance life on a triple beam, and it's like he says it over and over again. I don't even know what he says, but he says here, kind of justifying that, there was much discussion that went into the lyrics and subject matter on this album along the way. In the past, we might have left songs off that weren't metal enough. I could have toned down the lyrics or even overanalyzed them. I could have softened the bluntness of them. We could have compromised or removed any music that could have been deemed controversial to metalheads, i.e. Bastards or Triple Beam. But that would have been the ultimate sellout. Changing our music or our art for a group of people who may or may not even bother to listen. I get what he's saying. Yeah, but I just don't think that stuff goes over well.
I'll just say this. This is like kind of my final thought on it. Like, it's cool that you put out something that's kind of going against the grain and you're trying to rock the boat, and like that's cool. We need that, especially now more than ever. But at the same time, when you do that, you're gonna lose some people. Some people aren't gonna feel comfortable with that. You're gonna gain some people. You're gonna lose some people. And just don't fucking bitch and be like Taylor Swift. Just
like
fucking
you can't complain about that. Like you obviously understands that. Oh yeah, people aren't going like this, so you can't complain when people don't.
Yeah, like and we, you know, I remember we talked about that in a review. Like, just because it's different doesn't make it good, and doesn't make people
have to like it.
You know what I mean?
Just
because if you don't like it, fine. If you like it, fucking fine. Keep jamming it. You know what I mean? But for him to sit there and say the belligerent ass grab reviews out there, it's like those people didn't enjoy the album.
Ass grab.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, like not every kind of criticism is just a wave of negativity, man. Yeah. It's just the truth sometimes.
It's just true.
It sounds like the fucking Catholic Church.
Right now. There's a thing where like you can keep your vision and your what's the word I'm looking for?
Amos.
Not your anus. Your message and whatnot. But like, that's just something with like if you gotta put it in a way where people, you know, can get behind it, I guess. Well, it's like, not that you have to, but it's like if you want to sell. Like, I mean, granted, yes, there's an aspect of that. I mean, the same thing could be said for Havoc's album from last year.
Mm-hmm.
Very kind of similar, very heavy-handed in what in the message it's trying to portray, and it's like
same could be said with like Suicide Silence's album. Like, they totally changed who they were, and people just didn't think it was great. Some people did. Some people were like, "This is a breath of fresh air for this band. I love it." And that's fucking fine. Support it.
Yeah.
You know?
Like when Conor McGregor was gonna fight Floyd Mayweather, you know, he was talking all that shit, like, "Oh yeah, I might knock him out in the first round." You know, you're putting all that shit out there, but then when you get your ass kicked, you know, you get your ass kicked. You just have to take it. You know what I mean? Like, you say a bunch of shit, and in this case, they, you know, say what they want, and they do something they know is going to be controversial, and then there's a chance you get knocked out in the 10th round. And they just have to take it like a man. Take it like a man. Don't bitch about like Taylor Swift and stuff. Sound like a fucking puss.
Yeah. I bet. Well, what'll be interesting is what does Machine Head's next album look like? You know what I mean?
Do they stick with this?
Do they still just kind of?
They have to, otherwise they would be sellouts.
Yeah.
According to Rob.
Or you know, do they go back to what people really enjoy from them? Who knows? We'll see on that. It'll probably be a while. Then you know, they take 3 or 4 years to put out albums.
They don't want to sell out.
I bet though, if they're happy with these sales and stuff, and their tour turn out, I bet Rob Flynn's got a boner for Miles.
Yeah, he's got a
because that is a lyric in one of the songs. He says he has a boner for Miles.
Miles Kennedy.
I mean, you said he doesn't want to sell out. Well, yeah. I mean, were you listening to the numbers earlier? Like,
yeah.
Ha!
Alright.
My shitty jokes were better.
I don't care. I'll pat myself in the back with my own ha.
I mean, you didn't get like Taylor Swift level number ha's, but I mean, who can? Fucking.
I'm just a lowly YouTuber sitting in some guy's basement.
So a few other announcements.
Like what, huh?
I think this is a good story.
No.
Do you?
The Ghost Inside drummer Andrew, I'm going to say T because I don't know how to properly pronounce his last name, is going to release his debut EP, Coma Visions. It's actually out now. The reason why I'm just bringing this up is because during that bus crash with Ghost Inside, he lost a leg and he wasn't able to play for a long time. So I just think that's a good comeback story for him.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just fucking awesome. So go check that out. Caliban, who's a metalcore band, it's been around for a while.
Taliban?
I knew you were going to say that. Caliban. They're releasing their new album, Elements, April 6th. A new song, Intoxicated, which is pretty cool.
Like the dude from Logan. Caliban.
Yeah.
You know that band ISIS?
Yeah.
Taliban should tour with them.
Yeah, they should.
Do the Taliban ISIS tour.
Dude, ISIS, that band probably can't exist anymore. I know they broke up a long time ago before the ISIS that we think of came to be, but they can't.
What's that one band?
Jesus.
Angry Iranians from Hell?
Something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah. Tesseract announced their new album, Sonder, coming out April 20th.
I listened to the one song from that.
They put out a song a while ago.
The production's really weird.
They did. It's called Smile.
Isn't
That's
it?
what you think of. They just put out a new one, too.
Because, again, from the radio thing, there's been a Tesseract song in the top 15 for a while.
Yeah. It might be called Smile.
It might be. But it's been there since when they put that song out.
Maybe about a year ago.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It's probably since since October. That sounds about right. October, November sounds about right.
Yeah, whenever Epica announced the Solace System EP, it was that same week.
It was that same week.
Because I remember listening to the new Epica song and then the new.
Well, then again, the top 15 didn't get changed until like a month and a half after we started. So yeah, it's probably yeah. That's probably about right.
Mm-hmm. How is the new song? I have not heard it.
The production's weird, but other than that, it's good. Like, it sounds really low quality, especially for something you would think of like Tesseract would be like this really high quality kind of thing, but I kind of like it. Mm-hmm. It's sort of different.
Cool. I need to check that out still. I am so, based off of the first single that came out for this one, I am beyond excited for this fucking album. Rivers of Nile is going to put out Where Owls Know My Name, March 16th. The song that they put out, The Silent Life, I think is by far the best song that they've ever fucking written, to me. It's got the heaviness, but they have really spread their wings on this fucking song. It is so fucking good if you have not heard it.
I want to get in. I'm going to have to go back. How many albums do they have?
This is going to be their third.
I want to go back and listen to their first two. So I want to support local bands.
They're good.
I listened to those new two singles that Breaking Benjamin put out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like them.
I don't either.
I don't know the singer of Breaking Benjamin, but it's like he's like the fucking taco salad of singers. like you have a taco. One song's a taco, and the other song's a taco salad. It's gonna taste the exact same, even though it's different. Like he hits the same notes and just like the same succession of notes. It just sounds like one song could be like any song of theirs. Just the way he sings. I don't know. It's fucking annoyed me.
Red Cold River will get stuck in your head, but it's a song that I don't want stuck in my head.
Yeah.
Just because of that chorus. I don't like when he tries to scream. It doesn't sound good. He's like, Red Cold River. It's like, I agree with you on that one.
I agree with me too.
Yeah. The last album.
Well, you need to listen to it.
I haven't listened to it.
Buckaroni.
So. Yeah, the last big album that has gotten announced for the week is A Perfect Circle. It's going to release their new album, Eat the Elephant, April 20th. This is their first album since 2004. Maynard Keenan, not only does he not put out new music with Tool, it takes a long time for him to do it with A Perfect Circle as well. Apparently, you have more than one band member saying that Tool's album is being worked on and will be out this year. Apparently, one of them said the most recent thing is that Maynard Keenan is working on lyrics and vocals, and Nurgle from The Heat said that he sat in on a band practice and they played their new shit. Not vocally. Yeah, the singer.
Yeah, I got you.
Yes, he sat in on a band practice or something of Tool's new stuff. They played it instrumentally.
Guest vocals on a song.
That'd be fucking awesome. And then also, a rumor is that they have a music video filmed.
Oh,
I think Tool's coming out this year, man. It has to be this year.
Man, what the fuck kind of year is 2018?
I know,
Tool's coming out, Kingdom Hearts 3 is happening? Jesus Christ.
I know. Alright, so I got
Red Dead Redemption 2 is happening? Fuck
Left 4 Dead 3. It's gonna get announced.
Alright, call me kids.
I got 3 tours to talk about quick. Amir is going to do a headlining tour.
The Who Gives a Fuck tour.
It's actually called the Natural Born Killers Tour.
Oh!
They said a special guest will be announced shortly.
What, a good band?
Franz?
Oh!
Is it Franz?
Fries?
Maybe.
Franz.
Alex.
Alex.
Where the fuck did this go?
Lamb of God and Hatebreed. I don't know.
They've toured together before.
Yeah.
If you want a really fucking heavy tour, Dying Fetus, Thy Art is Murder, Enterprise Earth, Rivers of Nile, and Sanction are touring together.
Wow.
That's pretty fucking heavy. And then
fucking
the final
beer
thing,
tour.
Ozzy Osbourne announces his final North American tour.
Yeah, I saw that.
With Stone Sour.
No more tours.
Stone Sour and who?
Stone Sour.
I said another band. I said Toad.
No, I just started singing No More Tours.
Yeah, it's called No More Tours 2.
Hopefully it's sticking more than the last one.
Yep.
That'd be cool. I definitely want to see Ozzy. I've never seen Ozzy, so.
I only saw him once, and that was 2010.
Didn't you guys see Black Sabbath?
Okay. I've never seen the solos. I've never seen the solo Ozzy. I've seen Black Sabbath twice. It's just Ozzy on stage. Nobody else is there.
Solo Ozzy. That's gonna be the new Star Wars movie. Solo Ozzy.
Oh my god.
Sharon.
Chewie.
I am very excited for Ozzy's tour.
Where the fuck am I?
It'd be a nice spoof.
Yeah.
I remember back in the day when Brandon used to send me a bunch of Ozzy Osbourne spoofs that were on YouTube. What the fuck is that?
Alright, really quick, just some new albums here. We can fucking speed round them. The article that I usually grab this stuff for isn't working, so I don't have genres. So alright, here we go.
I'm still gonna.
I don't know why that was so funny.
I gotta sneeze. It's just gonna happen.
Well, it better fucking turn your head, man.
No.
I don't want to break out into a brawl here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna aim right there. I want to do that.
Alright, Black Mat with Trace the Call. Pretty sure they're like a rock band.
That sounds rock.
Spoil it.
Fu Manchu with Clone of the Universe.
Fu Manchu. Oh god, aren't they
I
like
know what they are.
rock or like stoner metal or something like that?
I think so.
Potentially.
Like,
Harm's Way with Posthuman.
that sounds hard.
Hardcore.
Pretty sure they're hardcore. Good Tiger with We Will All Be Gone.
Wait, I know this. Aren't they like psychedelic?
No,
Life of Pi metal?
No, they're more like. I guess they would be post metal or something. I don't know.
I saw that earlier. I saw them somewhere.
Post Malone metal.
Where did I see Good Tiger posting something? I literally saw that just today. I'm like,
Black of Life Tiger or whatever. Life of Black Tiger. Black of Life Tiger. Wow.
Black of Life.
King Witch with Under the Mountain.
Folk? Power?
I don't know.
I'm just going to name all of the stuff that it could be.
Legend of the Seagull Men with their self-titled.
That's like pirate rock, pirate metal, isn't it?
It should be.
Something like that. I did listen to them.
Pirate rock.
2 more.
It's like an island. Taking place on a map.
Pirate Ocean.
We be going to Pirate Rock.
The Atlas Moth with Coma Noir.
Some
Impressive.
shit.
We saw these guys open for Between a Baron and Me. At the
Impressive.
Chameleon. Remember these guys? They're kind of like a sludgy sort of band. They were interesting, but
I don't recall. I have to listen to them.
yeah. And then lastly, Visigoth with Conqueror's Old Heavy Metal. Fuck yes. That's it.
That's it.
That's all the shit. Right on.
Now.
Silence to end the show.
That's all right.
See ya!